Assalamualaikum and very good evening. My name is Naufal bin Ali. My matrix number is J46168. And today I would like to present about my journal that I have extracted. The title of the journal is the Drainage in Paddy System Maintains Rice Yield and Reduce Total Greenhouse Gas Emissions on the Global Scale. First and foremostly, I will like to introduce the introduction of this journal. Okay, rice. For the first one is rice is the second largest staple food crop globally in our world today, and 20% of the agriculture methane emission is from the rice cultivation. That's the fact that, and also high population will cause the demand food which is higher, and of course the production of the food must be high, and it will lead to the challenges to reduce the GHG gas emission. GHG emission. Before I start, I would like to define what is GHG. GHG is the greenhouse gases that trap heat and make the planet warmer. Human activities are responsible for all the increased greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Okay. What is the objective of this journal? The journal objective is the drainage system reduce the GHG emission. Okay, which means can drainage system reduce the GHG emission, which are for example carbon dioxide, methane gas, and the nitrous oxide. As we know that this GHG can make our earth or environment a bit hot or warmer. Okay, next is how this experiment was conducted. There were totals which is 74 experimental field from other continents. For example, they have collected the sample from Africa, Europe, North America, and Asia. Mostly, half of the sample collected were from China and Japan, which is in Southeast Asia. The sample is 22 samples in China and 22 samples in Japan. Okay, next we jump to the data analysis. How do we measure the greenhouse GHG emission to environment? Okay. They are using the GWP, which is Global Warming Potential. It will measure the comprehensive impact of drainage system on GHG emission. Okay, basically this journal are focused more on the methane and nitrous oxide gas. Okay, we can see that the result of the drainage system versus the soil characteristic, which is drainage soil characteristic is the pH value of the soil, total nitrogen of the soil, and soil organic carbon of the soil. Okay, this is the parameter that I have used, that is rice yield, nitrous oxide emission, and methane emission. All of these values are in percentage form. Okay. We can see that for the rice yield column here, that when it getting to low, it will have a negative value, which is 1.07, yield increasing. At high, it will reduce, high pH value, it will reduce to 1.4%. Total nitrogen low, which is positive 0.89, and high is reducing. The rice yield is reducing to 1.44, and for the soil organic carbon is low at 0.42, and at high organic carbon is 0.42 negative, which means it is reducing the rice yield production. Next part is the nitrous emission in percentage. At low, both are increasing, which is positive. Either pH is at low value or high value. Same goes to total nitrogen. The low pH have a higher value which means that N2O emission is increasing at, and same goes to at high value of total nitrogen, and a bit on solid organic carbon, which is 39.58 and 28.57 at a SOC content level. Alright, next we go to the thing that we have been focused on, which is CH4 emission, which is methane gas. Okay, methane gas is, we can see that in percentage form, the pH value, both are reducing if we are having a drainage system in our paddy. Okay, we can see that 37.3% and 46.73. Either it at the low or high value of the soil, both are reducing the gas emission of methane gas. Same goes to SOC. Both also reducing whether the soil organic carbon content is low or at high value. However, if you see that total nitrogen content, it has no significant difference. Means the value is about the same, so there is no data. Okay, how the result is in how the result shows that it relate to our paper just now, our journal that we have discussed. Okay, how the, as you can see, rice shield, how the drainage system work in order to reduce the GHG emission. Sorry. So drainage system result in the water stress that lead to root developments and control ineffective tillers. So the root and tillers work more rapidly in order to survive when drainage system is installed. Okay, next is we can see that for N2O emission and methane emission, both from this data we can see that both drainage system promote the nitrous oxide. However, it reduces the CH4 value, which means the emission of GHG, which is methane, is reducing. So the dry process in the drainage system of the paddy will promote low WFPS. What is WFPS? WFPS means water fill pore spores, which means there are water that will occupy the the space between the soil. Okay, it will also stimulate the activity of nitrifying bacteria and inhibit the denitrifying bacteria whenever the system of drain is installed. Okay, as we can see that for the CH4 emission, drainage raise the O2 content, which means the oxygen content, which the drainage will disrupt the anaerobic environment required for the methanogens. For the information, methanogen is the primary resources in order the CH4 or methane gas to be produced. Okay. To conclude, it has been proven that all this data and the numbers, the figure, the percentage shows that drainage serve as an effective strategy to reduce the GHG emission. Nevertheless, it maintaining the rice shield of the paddy. That is all from me. Thank you.